Hello students, welcome to this class. In this class, we are going to learn grade 9 English, the first poem, Road Not Taken, which is written by Robert Frost. Robert Frost is the author of the poem, The Road Not Taken. Before we get into this exact text of the poem, Road Not Taken, let us understand something about the author, where he was born, when did he die, what are the contributions that he had provided to English literary works. So all those details now we can discuss. After author's biography, let us get into the exact text. Okay. Author's biography. He was born on 26 March 1874. Robert Frost was born on 26 March 1874 at San Francisco in US, and also he died 29 January 1963, Massachusetts in US. He was awarded 4-time Pulitzer Prizes and also Congressional Award. He got 4-time Pulitzer Prizes and also Congressional Gold Medal. And also his major works had been published in England before it was published in America. He has 6 children. And he had contributed more for American literature, American English literature. Okay, next let us study about The Road Not Taken. Okay, The Road Not Taken, written by Robert Frost. He writes this poem very simply but insightfully about common, ordinary experiences. He is a very famous American poet, especially depicting rural life. The poem The Road Not Taken has 4 stanzas, okay, and each stanza carries 5 lines. Here I have taken the first stanza, okay. First stanza, as I told you, this also has 5 lines, okay. Before we get into this, let us understand the title The Road Not Taken. What is that road not taken? Sometimes we are at crossroads. We have to take decision, okay. You have to take the decision. When you take the decision, if you take the right decision, that will lead you down to the right destination. If having taken the right decision, that will lead you to the wrong one. Okay, that would be so regretful. So it's all about the decision. What kind of decision that you take today will decide your future. In the same way, how you are, what you are, has been decided by the decision that you took sometimes before. Okay, so it's all about the choices that you are picking. Okay, that is the thing decides your future. That is what the title of the poem, The Road Not Taken. Okay, the choices that I have not taken. That is what the meaning, the exact sense is reflecting through this poem. Okay, let us see line by line. Okay, by reading this poem we will understand. First line: 2 roads diverge in a yellow wood. Okay, 2 roads diverge in a yellow wood. I'm sorry, I could not travel both. And being one traveler, long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it went in the underground. Okay, to where it went in the underground. First line, see, 2 roads diverge in a yellow wood. See, what is the diversion? Just imagine that you are here. Okay, here diversion. Okay, 2 roads diverge in yellow wood. Okay, here one road they has taken a diversion in a yellow wood. Okay, wood means forest. Yellow wood. What is yellow wood? A forest with the decomposing leaves. Okay, a forest with the decomposing leaves. The leaves which is fallen on the ground. Okay, 2 roads diverge in a yellow wood. So you are here. You don't know which way leads to where. So here you have to take the right choice. If you are not taking right choice, that will lead you down to the wrong way. Okay, 2 roads diverge in a yellow wood. I'm sorry, I could not travel both. Yes, being a single man, being a single alone traveler, I could not travel both. I have to take any one out of these two. Okay, that is the only way I have here. I have the option. And sorry, I could not travel both because I am a single, okay, alone. And being one traveler, I am only one traveler. So long I stood. Okay, I was standing here long. I was standing here long because I am thinking about the ways. Okay, I am thinking about the path. Long I stood. I looked down one as far as I could. I looked down this one as far as I can. As far as I can see this. I was looking down and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the underground. What is undergrowth? Undergrowth, dense growth of plants and the bushes. Okay, plants and the bushes. So I cannot see the whole way. Okay, I can see up to this level. Okay, to where it bent, in the undergrowth. This is what the first sentence again. Two roads diverge in a yellow wood. And sorry, I could not travel both. And being one traveler, long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the underground. Okay, this is what the first stanza. Okay, let us discuss something about the literary devices. Okay, first discuss about the rhyme schemes. What are the rhyme schemes that have been used in the first stanza? Just look at the last word of each line. Okay, first line, last word is would, both, stood, could, brought. Okay, these are the 5 words. Okay, so would, yeah, both. So not a rhyming word. Word is the sound of the word is not similar. So B. Stood, would, stood, again A, could, similar, again A, brought, similar to the both. Okay, so B. So what is the rhyme scheme? A, B, A, B. Rhyme scheme A, B, A, B. This is the rhyme scheme that has been used by the poet. Okay, so A, B is the rhyme scheme that has been used by the poet. What is the rhyme scheme of this poem? A, B. Next, discuss something about the figures of speech. Okay, what is the figure of speech has been used by the poet? Okay, again. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and being one traveler, long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it went in the undergrowth. Okay, this is the first stanza. If you look at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this stanza has 5 lines. Just look at the second, third, and fourth lines. Second line started with the under. Third started with the under. Fourth line also started with the under. So this is called as anaphora. Okay, spell is anaphora. A-N-A-P-H-O-R-A. Anaphora. What is the definition of anaphora? Repetition of a word or a phrase at the beginning of the continuous lines. Okay, repetition of a word or phrase at the beginning of the successive lines. Continuous lines. Successive lines means continuous lines. Okay. And the second line started with under. Third line also has started with under. Fourth line also started with under. Word. This is not a letter. Word under. Okay. Line number 2, 3, 4. These 3 lines have been started with the under. Okay. So repetition of a word or a phrase at the beginning of, it is very important, at the beginning of the class or a line. Okay. At the beginning of the line of successive lines. Okay. At the beginning of successive lines, continuous lines. Okay. Here under. This is called as anaphora. So rhyme scheme is A B A B, figure of speech. Okay, anaphora meaning is a repetition of a word or phrase at the beginning of the continuous lines. Okay, that is what anaphora. Okay, and next we will be moving on to the next stanza. Okay, let us move on to the next stanza. As I said before, this also has 5 lines. This stanza also has 5 lines. Okay, then took the other, just as bad. Okay, first I was long. I stood here. I was standing here for a long time to think about which bath should be taken. First I looked down this. As far as I could see. Next then took the other. Then I took the other one just as fair. Okay, just as fair. And having perhaps a better climb. Okay, so this path appears somewhat better than this. Okay, that is what the meaning of the second line. Okay, and having perhaps the better climb. Because it was grassy and wanted here. Okay, it was grassy and wanted here. Grassy means it covered by grass. Okay, covered by grass. It was not used by many people. Okay, this path was not used by many people. This appears somewhat better than this. And also wanted here means it was not used by the people before. Okay, it had not been used by the people. Though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. When I took this, it appears almost similar to this. When I was looking at this line, it was looking somewhat better than this. Okay. Though as for that the passing there, then I was passing here, had warned them really about the same. Okay. It was used like it was used. It had been used by the people to this side. Okay. So again, then took the other just as fair and having perhaps the better climb because it was grassy and wanted beer. Though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. Okay. Fair means as good as other one, climb better option, but here appears somewhat better. Okay. Grassy means unused. Okay, this path was unused, was looking like unused. Wanted here better option. Wanted here means it was not used. Almost a similar meaning. Okay, let us see the rhyme scheme of the poem. Fair, climb, we are the same. Fair. Beer, the climb same. B. Okay. So rhyme scheme A B. Fair, beer, the, then climb same. This is the rhyme scheme used by the poet. Okay. So then took the other just as fair and having perhaps a better climb because it was grassy and wanted here, though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. When I was passing there that side, it was looking like the previous one. Okay, that is what the meaning of this. Okay, now the rhyme scheme is A B. Okay. Next, let us see the figure of speech. Okay. So what is the rhyme scheme of this poem? A B. Okay. Fair, where, there. A. Climb. So A B is the rhyme scheme of this poem. Now let us learn figure of speech. Okay. Then took the other just as fair and having perhaps the better climb because it was grassy and wanted beer. Okay, here wanted beer. Look at the first word W. consonant letter, and also sound. Okay, so this is called as alliteration. Okay. Alliteration. So what is the definition of alliteration? Repetition of consonant sound. Repetition of consonant sound in two or more neighboring words. Okay. Consonant sound in two or more neighboring words are called as alliteration. Okay. So wanted here first letter W consonant letter. That may be letter or sound. Okay. Consonant letter or consonant sound. So repetition of consonant sound. Okay. Repetition of consonant sound in two or more neighboring words are called as alliteration. Okay. So we have concluded two stanzas. So this the road not taken has four stanzas. Each stanza carries 5 lines. So we have completed two stanzas. Next two stanzas we will be studying in the next class. Okay.